All right, hello guys. So here we are in 2022, and I know a lot of you listening are looking at the start of the year as a bit of a kick in the bum and a bit of a fresh start to get started on many different things. I know lots of you have big adventure goals planned for 2022. I know lots of you maybe have been holding off for the last month or two to get started on some type of training. And I know lots of you are looking at making a bit of a change in one way or another in some aspect in your life at the start of the year. Because this is a time where we all go through something like that. It's very common, it's very standard, and it's something, that we do reassess and really want to hit the ground running for a lot of us in this time. Now, with today's episode, I want to dive into a really interesting and really powerful technique that you can use while you're sort of going through this reassessment process at the start of the year. Maybe you're setting New Year's resolutions, maybe you're setting yourself goals or whatever it may be. But this is a really powerful technique you can use just to sort of figure out where you want to be and really give you that extra motivation to get there. Now, for this particular technique, we often talk about, what we want to change in our hiking or in our fitness leading into a trip or whatever it may be. We might always look at the negatives. So we say, look, I'm sick of knee pain. I want to get on top of that. Or I've had enough of huffing and puffing on hills. I want to improve that. Or I'm worried about a pack and I don't want that holding me back. Or I want to improve my balance or my foot pain or whatever it may be. And there's always these certain things we want to improve on, and we focus on that and really sort of think about, okay, these are the things I want to get rid of. But a really interesting thing to do and a really powerful thing to do is take a moment and have a think about not only these things that concern you, but think about what it will feel like when these things have been overcome. So sit down, fast forward maybe 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, or even 12 months down the line for wherever your goals may be. You're out on a hiking adventure, whatever it is, whether it's a day hike, an overnight, a multi-day, whatever it is. You're cruising along. And that knee pain, it actually isn't an issue. Or that breathing on the hills, it's not worrying you. Or the foot, it's actually behaving itself. And that issue that's been troubling you, that you've been wanting to get on top of, you don't actually have to think about it. Now imagine this, fast forward yourself to this point. Imagine hiking along the trail. And imagine, what are you actually going to be thinking about when you don't have to worry about those things? It's a bit of a funny thing, but it's so powerful. Put yourself in that situation. Really imagine this whole adventure. Imagine you walking around and just imagine, what are you actually feeling? What are you looking at? What are you doing? What are you thinking about when you don't have to worry about this issue? Now, if you can nail this down and really envision this ultimate goal of where you actually want to be, not just what you want to overcome, but where you want to be, it can go such a long way to helping you keep motivated over the year, to helping you get real clarity on kind of where you want to be, and just help you through this process. Now, for me, when I think about something like this is kind of what sort of goes through my head. I know when I first get back on the trail, when I'm leading into a big adventure and maybe I haven't been on the trail for a little while, I haven't been doing so much training, I have two issues. Number one, I get huffed and puffed going up hills when I'm first getting back into it. I've talked about this a few times. That is something that I deal with. I'm cruising along, I've got a good pace on the flat, then I hit that incline and all of a sudden I'm short of breath. All of a sudden I can't keep up a conversation. All of a sudden I'm really just trying to keep it in control and keep my breathing quiet so my mates don't look at me funny and go, "What is going on with you, mate? I thought you trained hikers." That is something that I know always troubles me. On top of that, again, when I'm first getting back on the trail and when I'm a bit out of condition, I know about 3/4 of the way through the day, doesn't matter how long it is, 3/4 of the way through the trail, I start to drag my feet. I start to drag my feet, really just counting down the hours, counting down the minutes, counting down the kilometers till it's done. And that last 3/4, I just don't enjoy it. But if I'm using the technique above, when I flip this around, When I imagine myself 6 months down the line, you know what? I've gone through my training. I've gotten back on the trail. I don't have to worry about going huffing and puffing up hills. I don't have to worry about dragging my feet. I'm at peace through the whole day. I have that feeling of a smile, and I don't know how better to describe it, but I just feel like I'm smiling all day, even if I'm not. I feel relaxed. I'm looking around at everything, just taking it all in. I'm moving fast, but I'm thinking really, really slow. And in my head, my creativity goes wild. I work through issues that have been plaguing me. I come up with cool ideas of things I want to do in my personal life, in my creative life, in my business life. I come up with dozens of epiphanies. That is my perfect state of hiking. And when I don't have to worry about my body holding me back, that is where I want to be. And whenever I start a training process leading into my hikes, I envision that. I really cement that in my head, because having that feeling and that idea and that clarity of where I want to be, not just what I want to overcome, but where I want to be, it is so, so, so powerful. So I strongly urge you right now, if you've got these adventure goals, if you've got these training goals, if there's something you want to change and something you want to overcome, take a moment today and think this through in depth. Take it that step further. Envision yourself when these things aren't an issue, when you've overcome these things, you've gotten to where you want to be. How do you actually feel? How do you go about your hiking? How do you go about your day? Envision it, get it into detail, and it can go such a long, long, long way. And on top of that, once you've discovered this, once you know where you want to be, how you want to feel, and ultimately where you want to get yourself to, if you want some help overcoming the issues that you need to overcome to get to this perfect state of hiking and get to this future place where you want to be, I would absolutely love to help you. Now, as I said at the start of this episode, this week, first week of January, I am doing a big promotion for my signature program, which is the Online Summit program. Now, specifically, I'm looking for hikers who want to get strong and pain-free over the next 12 weeks so they can conquer every adventure. Now, if that sounds like you, and if you want to find out a little bit more about how this program may be right for you, how it may fit your goals, your situation, and help you towards that perfect state we were talking about before, if you want to find out more, flick me an email to rowan@summitstrength.com.au with the words "tell me more." Now, from there, we can have a bit of a chat, just talk through things and just see if this is going to be right for you, if it's going to fit into your life right, and if we're going to be able to help each other out to help you towards this place. So if you want to find out a little bit more, shoot me an email to rowan@summitstrength.com.au. I'll leave that email in the show notes below, and we can go from there. So thank you so much for listening today. Kicking off 2022 with a bang. Hope you've enjoyed this. I really do hope this technique helps you, and I really do think it's worthwhile going through. So thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.